And a very warm welcome to today's YouTube live stream. My name is Uzair, and it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK on the 3rd of June 2022. Every Tuesday and Friday, I go live at this time and on this channel. This live stream is also broadcast at the same time on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and obviously YouTube. I cover topics such as Google Ads mostly, which includes YouTube, shopping, search, display campaigns, Gmail, Google Maps, and so on. So anything and everything you need um, a bit of help with regards to Google Ads, you're in the right place. So following on from Tuesday's session where I talked about um, emergency plumbers and how you can create a little gig on Fiverr, how you can start earning an income and support yourself, your family, and start a little business. I'm going to take this to that next step as to how you can expand your services by writing ads. And I've done these sessions before as well, where I've written ads for other people. So if you need me to write your ads, just send me a message in the comments or through our website with your website URL, and I'll schedule one of the sessions for you. Writing ads is something which you need to learn and become really good at, because that's the first thing somebody is going to see. No matter how good your product or service may be, if your ads aren't good, you are not going to get the clicks. And if you're not going to get the clicks, you're not going to get uh, the targeted traffic you want for your landing page or for your website. So ads are really important. Whether it is a search ad, which is in the text format on the Google page, where you see the four ads at the top and at the bottom, that only has got the text, but also the the display network ads and the video ads as well, because those ads also carry a certain message. So every ad needs to have certain things on it to attract that click. So things like the keyword is important. You must have that keyword, especially on the text ad on headline one. Then you need to have the call to action, your offer, pricing. You need to have the benefits, the features, and so on, right? So you need to have all of these things, but in a very limited amount of space. So you need to use each and every character space wisely. Don't waste it with unnecessarily long um, uh, paragraphs or a long headline. You need to have a mixture of both a long headline as well as a short one. I'm going to talk about that in a minute as to what we classify that, because every headline has got a character limit of 30 characters. Description is 90. So you need to use those character length extremely carefully and to the point. The other thing which I see a lot of advertisers do is they talk about themselves. It's not about them, it's about the customer, the prospect. It's about them. That's what you want to do, is to make sure that you offer as much value as possible to the prospect, so they see that what's in it for them and not for us. You can put a little bit about you, that if you've been established for so long, or you won an award, or you are one of the best in your field or niche, that's fine. But you want to put as much information about what's in it for your customers. The other thing, nowadays with the expanded text ads being phased out, the responsive search ads has got 15 headlines and 4 description lines. So there's a fair amount of work you need to do. And I'll often see a lot of ads in the accounts where only 3 or 4 headlines have been done and 2 descriptions been done. That means somebody has been lazy, they can't be bothered, they're not putting in the time and the effort to put into all the information which Google is asking from you, because the algorithm needs as many headlines and description lines to mix and match them and see which combo is working the best. And then Google is going to reward you with higher CTRs, more clicks, higher quality score, and so on. So let's go back to writing the ads. The first thing you know to do is look at the landing page or the website and study it thoroughly and properly. That is the first thing. The second thing is you don't need to be a professional copywriter. You just need to use a bit of common sense because the work has already been done for you. And don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to make up stuff which your clients or your company don't offer, because the ads got to be accurate. The information on the ads got to be accurate, because if you mislead somebody and they click on the ad and they come to your site or landing page, they're going to bounce off because that's not what they saw on the ad. So you got to be. I'm not saying that you got you're being dishonest, but what you need to do is to make sure that the information is absolutely 100% accurate. Okay, so before I get started, if you guys have got any questions or comments, please put them in the chat or in the description. I'm going to come to those towards the end. I can see a few questions from Manoj, Ali Abadi, and Sayed Fatima. So that's good. Keep putting them in, and I'm going to answer them in that order in which I received them. Okay, so let's first go on to our landing page. So this is for a plumbing company, and I've just picked up a not a fictitious company, but a proper company. So Roto-Rooter is one of USA's biggest plumbing company out there. They're one of the biggest and one of the best. It's a very big brand, very well established, and they've been going on for years and years and years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at their landing page and see what they've got, and then we're going to write the ads. So if you're running campaigns for somebody like a plumber, the call ads are one of the most important ads you should write, because people want to call. Or if you're not even writing the call ads, you must set up the call extension um, on in your account so that it has got the call button on it as well. You're going to have a look at it now over here. Okay, so plumbing experts you trusted for over 85 years. So that's really good. And you will see that I'm using all this information from here on my ads. I'm not rewriting them. Well, I will tweak it a little bit, but I don't need to think. Fast, friendly, and professional service. So, okay. Then they've got emergency plumbing services, plumbing and drains, water damage, water heaters. Then they've got a little video over here. Why choose Roto-Rooter? Emergency, licensed and insured, trusted and recommended, available 24/7, well known, reputation. You have questions, we have answers. Read our FAQs, which is a great resource for writing ads, because you're going to get lots of ideas. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Then they've got their uh, social media or the social proof with reviews. With the clogging experts, okay, and away go troubles down the drain. So that's their slogan. All right, let's look at the FAQs now. So let's go into plumbing. Uh, why should I hire a master plumber? Why does my water look yellow? When do you recommend to hire a plumber versus DIY? Difference between hard water and soft water. Okay. So they've got quite a few, but I don't think they are very relevant. But quite often you will find lots of um, good info which you can use on here. So, okay. The next thing which I also do is if I can't find information on a website or a landing page, but that customer or yourself um, offer that, I'm going to look at your competitors or their competitors' websites and see what others are doing and how I can write my ad. Okay, so let's go to the top and I'm going to go into my spreadsheet. Now you can create this spreadsheet, it's very straightforward, so I don't have a link over here for this. Business name, fairly straightforward, Roto Router. Plumbing. Is it plumbing or plumbers? Plumbing, okay, that's fine. Telephone number, again, straightforward. Copy exactly the way it is on the website because Google is going to verify that number. And if it's not the same, your ads will get disapproved. Phone country, United States. Okay, now headline one. Um, so if my keywords were, let's say, emergency plumbers or plumbing, these are the most searched keywords, the near me keywords. So always use them. Or you can put in emergency plumbing, London or your city. That's also I would split test between these two. So I can put one over here like that because I'm making a call ad. So I'm not going to use the same emergency plumbing here because this is a call ad. So then I'm going to put in 24/7 fast response because you need to think about the pain point of your customer, right? When are you going to call a plumber? When do you need a plumber? Is when there's a leak going on. You don't need to fill in a form. Never run ads to a page where you are asking them to fill in a form because they're just going to move on to the next one. They need to speak to somebody right now and they want a plumber in their home or office straight away. So you want to put something like this. And fast, friendly, professional service, which we can use in a minute. And if you don't have any call out charges, then you can put something like no call out charge or something like that. Okay, I've gone over my character count. I can't use that, but I can use it in in the description. So I can now put in established. How long did they say? Trusted for over 85 years. That's a good one because this is extremely important how you use the words. Is the trust. Whoever you are going to trust, you're going to go to them. Trusted for over 85 years. Not many plumbers or plumbing companies would have been going for 85 years. So this is really important. No call out charge, friendly, and professional staff or technicians or whatever you want to call them. Many characters, let's see. 82. Okay, so that's fine. I can give a call to action over here. Call now. 91. Then I can just put in. No, we need to have the technicians. So I'll put the call now onto the next one. And over here, I'm going to put in the main services which they offer. So they are doing emergency plumbing, drains, water damage, water heaters, right? So experts in emergency plumbing, drains, water damage, and water heaters. Now I can put in call now. 78. That's good. All right. Path 1 and path 2 is rarely used by someone. You must use it. It's there for you to use. Google has given you the opportunity to put in some more keywords or text. We always use the keywords in here. It doesn't matter even if you haven't got them. This will just go on the display URL. And then the verification URL would be router.com. That's the website. See, now I've done a call ad. Now what I could do is now headline 1, I can split test with emergency plumbing and your city name or your area, town, or whatever. Don't make too many changes because then it's not a split test. I would copy this over here like that. Same thing over here. And the same. So I know that if there is a difference in the CTR conversion rate or whatever, it's because of that headline, because that's the only thing which I'm split testing. If you were to split test headline 1, headline 2, description 1 and 2, you won't know why is the case is. So you can put in 2 ads like this, and that's how we very quickly and easily set up our ads. Okay, I'm going to go and have a look at some other websites and see what others are doing. So plumbing and emergency plumbing services, 24-hour emergency service, Act Direct, building maintenance, maintenance and repair. That could be another good service. Tap replacement is good. So that is something which you can add in your ads. So that's also good. Block toilets, pipes. So if I want to split test, I could then do something like this. I'm gonna keep that headline 1 and 2, headline 1 in both the ads the same, and trusted over 85 years is fine. Then over here, I'm just going to put this on the other screen. Okay. And I will then put in, we offer tap replacement, blocked toilets and pipes, water leaks and burst pipes. Again, we are repeating it. I don't want to do that. Water leaks, heating systems, and more. Something like that. Again, I have not written anything. I've just taken that information from these other websites and quickly written two ads within what, 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 minutes. So you don't need to spend hours on end trying to figure out how to write. So even if English is not your first language, you don't need to worry about it because that's how you would write your ads very quickly and easily. So if you were to go on Fiverr and create a gig, I'm going to write your ads creatively. This is how you would do it. So you know how to do the keyword research, you know how to do negative keyword list from that same list which we did on Tuesday. Now you know how to write ads creatively. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the comments and questions. And so please start pinging them in now. Okay. Hi, Manoj. I've been running a local search ads campaign. Initially, it was manual CPC with enhanced CPC. Okay. Now it is max click and seeing some improvement in clicks and leads. What else is better? Well, I always say this to everyone, if it is working, don't touch it. Why do you want to touch anything when it is going well? It's like going on a motorway at 70 miles an hour. You'll just leave that accelerator down or on cruise control, right? You're not going to keep putting the brake down every few minutes or so. You're going to slow down. So if something is working, if max clicks is working, which is not my favorite bidding strategy, but if it's working for you, I'm not going to say to you, change it to target CPA or whatever. Yes, what you can do is copy that campaign and set up a new one. Don't touch that one, which let it run. Set up a target CPA or target ROAS and see what happens, if it improves or not. So that's what I would do. Never touch anything which is working. Just keep scaling it and adding more negative keywords. Find them through the search query report. Add even more keywords which are converting and you haven't got them in, or search queries which you haven't added them in your keyword list. And that's what I would do. Hi, Ali Abadi from Karachi, my hometown. So, very warm welcome here. Um, if you have to hire some resource for Google Ads, what's the first attribute you look into the individual? Great question. So, I guess you want to expand your team. So, there's two ways you can hire people. Sometimes, quite often, we will hire somebody who doesn't know anything. So, we train them, we teach them our systems, our workflows, and so on. It may take them a little bit of a while, 6 months to a year. So we start them as an intern, as a junior, and then as they get the confidence, they get better, we progress them with the job as well. Sometimes you need somebody who is good. So what you want to do is in the interview process, just don't look at the CV and see what they've done in the past, which companies they've worked in, and so on. Do a live audit like this. Open up your screen, one of the accounts, and says, okay, tell me how you would look at this account. How are you going to audit this? And potentially what are the leakages and the wastage in this account, and how you're going to stop it to make it more profitable. Because when you are talking to somebody face to face, there's no hiding place, right? A lot of marketeers shy away from going live like this because they don't know what is going to be thrown at them. I don't know what questions are going to pop up, and I do bring them up on the screen. I'm not saying I know everything. Sometimes I don't know. So I'll be honest enough and I said, look, I don't know this, or I'm not the best person to ask this question. So it's no shame in not knowing anything. It's just you keep on learning as you go. So I think if that is your question, then that's how I would do it. But if you're looking at some resource for hiring, then you need to have your hiring SOPs in place. And that we can talk about in one of the other sessions if enough people need it to know how to hire people. Hi Fatima. I'm getting clicks from my Google ads but not getting the calls. Okay. So have a look at the you need to do two things. First of all, um, definitely change the ad. Look at your keywords as well. Because if you're not getting the calls, that means irrelevant people are clicking on the ads without reading it and wasting your budget. And then they don't call because it's a two-step process, right? First, the click on the call, and then they have to click the button on the phone to start the call. So I would for sure look at the keywords. Don't go broad. Try running with phrase or exact match first and see if that improves. That should solve that problem. For emergency, I don't know what sort of call ads you are running. For emergency kind of calls, so like the one which I just showed you for emergency plumbing, you need to shoot for around 50% conversion rate. So emergency dentist, locksmiths, plumbers, so any kind of emergency um, type of service which you are running, you need to shoot for around 50%, and we get that all the time. And that's our benchmark. We need to 1 in 2 clicks or calls converts into um, a lead or a customer. Yes, Manoj, that's also a good thing. But I think what is happening with Fatima is she's not driving traffic to the website. She's just she may be driving traffic to the website, and if that is the case, then yes, absolutely, improve the landing page. Thank you for that, adding that as well. So it's not only about Google Ads. You got to look at your offer, your pricing, what is the call to action on the website. People can't find that call to action. Oh, what do I do? I've clicked on the ad, I've come to the website, don't know what to do now, and then they bounce off. So absolutely look at your web page as well. What about starting the ad with the brand name and pin it? Yes. So if you are running for a branded campaign, then pin the headline one for sure. Because if roto router is my branded keyword, so branded keywords or branded terms, we always keep them as a separate campaign for two reasons. First of all, we don't want the budget to be used up by non-branded keywords, because non-branded keywords will always have a lot higher search volume than a branded one. And secondly, so we don't get limited by budget. For branded campaigns, always remember, never be limited by budget, because people have gone to Google and put in your name, rotor router or whatever it may be. They know exactly what they want to look for, where to go to. Buy Nike running shoes. They know that they want to buy the Nike brand and not just any other running shoes. So always create a campaign for the branded terms, and the branded campaigns are separate. And ideally, in our agency, we want unlimited budget for that, because they convert very well. It's not about throwing and wasting the client's money. Absolutely not. It always converts very well, and that is your most profitable uh, campaigns as well. Okay, in my case, it's the other way around. I'm looking to have hands-on experience as well to improve my knowledge. Okay, you want to get associated with me if possible? Sure. Send us an email, see, and tell us who you are, what you do, and what you can offer. And we consider everyone. We're always looking to add people to our team anyway. So, by all means, yeah, send us, get in touch with us. Can we track the WhatsApp text originated from website? Yes, you can click on the. You can track the clicks on the WhatsApp through Google Tag Manager. Is the easiest way, and we have got a lot of clients, especially e-commerce websites, e-commerce clients as well. When somebody is making a, or before they made the purchase, they want to inquire about the size or the color or the delivery or the charges or whatever it may be. They will go on the WhatsApp, and they're going to uh, inquire and then go and make that purchase or that conversion. So WhatsApp is always good to have. How to track the calls originated from website? So you will need to set up the calls from website as a conversion. So the call extension is call from ads. The calls from website is tracked, and you need to track it by setting up a conversion action in your Google Ads account, and then you track it. So it's fairly straightforward. So the verification URL, which I just showed you, and also the phone number for the call ads, that is how it will verify for the call extension. But on the website, when they click and then they see the number, the Google call, it replace Google replaces it with the Google uh, call forwarding number, and then Google is going to track which ones came through the ads. Okay, so I can't read your name. I guess you're a police officer of some kind. Uh, yeah, I think it's in Hindi. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't read Hindi. How should you run ads for your clients if they don't have Google Ads account? Should you run your ads from your own account or not? We don't. We never take a clients if they don't have the account, because some agencies do, and they will run in their own account because they don't want to show how they are doing, what they are doing, in and how they have set up the campaigns and everything. I'm not saying that that's not ethical, but we work with complete and total transparency with our clients. So they can go into any of their campaigns in their account and see what's happening or what's not happening, how much work has been done or not done, right? So we don't hide anything. And the second thing which I would highly recommend, and this is from years of experience, is never use your own billing for client accounts unless you are working with some big companies, enterprise level, and you've got all your terms and conditions and contracts and everything in place. You've done the credit checks, etc. Then absolutely not a problem. But I'm talking in general terms. Let the client look after their billing. So all you are doing is running ads for them. They pay Google directly. Because if they don't pay you and you racked up $10,000 worth of ads, Google are going to ask you to pay them, and not your clients, even if you run the campaign for your clients. So don't make that expensive mistake. Can you make a WhatsApp tracking using Google Tag Manager? Sure, yeah. I'll put this on our list to do. Okay, I think I've covered all the comments and question. Okay, there's one. Uh, Ali, you can go to our website and get our details and the contact page is there. So just submit the contact form. Brilliant. So thank you so much for being here and for the great questions. I'll be back on Tuesday afternoon, same place, same time. So till then, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.